Hey you guys, I'm back for Kevin's takeover. I'm back at the beach. Yes I am. I'm here with my son this time. He's hanging out on the beach. What's happening? How are you? I feel like I'm about to meet somebody. It's going to be a great surprise. Anybody seeing somebody that you might know them from another show? It's a hint. Hi guys. I'm looking for someone. Who do you think it might be? I'll give you a hint. It's somebody else who's taken over today also on a different ABC show. What do you think it might be? Just as an interlude. Hey, say hi, guys. Say hi.
Hi, guys.
A seaweed, Aiden. Wow. Super cool seaweed. Check this out. This season is all about beaches, it seems. I've been on the beach all day. We've been shooting on the beach all season. So yeah, there's that. Surprise is about to commence. Hey Joe, I'm live on Instagram. Oh, this is Joe. This is my eldest son. Say hi.
One for you. One for you.
Oh, thanks. Is it happening yet? It's such a beautiful day here by the beach. It's a little bit windy, but not too bad. Ah!
Kevin!
There she is.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Hello, beautiful. How are you?
You are killing your takeover, by the way.
What do you say?
You're killing your takeover.
Well, listen, I got a head start because I've literally got over a decade's worth of back catalog, behind the scenes photographs.
It's amazing though. Like every single picture, I've been like, oh my gosh, like you're taking it all the way back. It's awesome.
I know. Some of them are back to like my first season almost, which is
What
nuts.
year was that?
Huh?
What year was that? Or what season?
That was my first season was season 5, so it was 12 years ago, 13, maybe 13 years ago. Because I started a year before Jesse. He started in season 6, and I guess he keeps telling people he's done 12 years, so I guess I've done 13.
I love how that's how you're gauging it. You're like, perfect. So one more year than that. That's pretty. Does it feel like it was yesterday that you were filming that first episode?
Yep. I always remember it. I remember the first scene I had to shoot. Danielle was with Sandra Oh. I was very nervous, you know, because it's Sandra Oh.
Yeah.
And she was like, yo, so. And I was like, she's the coolest person ever. And we were like instant friends, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and that doesn't and I'm not like that normally, you know. It takes me a while to get to know people, but with her, we just became close friends. What about you? How was your first day? When did you start on station? Were you right from the pilot?
I was right from the pilot. I was nervous. I thought they were going to fire me the whole thing. So I was just trying to pretend my best way through it. And somehow they kept me on the show.
I gotta say, we do share something because, you know, I know that you guys have taken it the distance, but like we both like had, our characters have had, you know, romantic interludes with Stefania. So it's kind of
Wait a second. I didn't know this.
Huh? You didn't know that?
No.
You ask her. Listen, you two have got a history now. Aren't you getting married?
No.
Oh no, you're not. No. But you should, because you guys are great together. But
Thank
yeah, you need to. Yeah.
Okay.
But listen, they just dated for like 2 episodes, and then you know she moved on from Owen pretty quickly. Owen's a little too basic for somebody like her.
I don't know about that. And going back to you saying that, like, when you were like, you and Sandra Oh, like, warmed up to each other so fast, you are the nicest person. I can't imagine someone not warming up to you, like, immediately. Like, we had just those couple scenes together during the, you know, DeLuca's surgery and then passing. And I was like, immediately, I was like, Kevin's so cool.
Thank you. You said you had questions. You're very prepared.
Well, you are directing tonight's episode, for those that don't know, or you did direct tonight's episode. How was it directing tonight's episode and directing, you know, Jesse's final episode?
That's a really good question. You know, it's my 31st episode that I've directed. So
wow.
I don't get that nervous anymore, but I really, really, really felt the responsibility in this episode, you know, that it was Jesse's last one. And I remember thinking, because there was that amazing episode that aired 2 weeks ago where Jesse went back to Montana, and you know, I think everybody thought that was going to be his last episode. So then this became his last episode. So we had to kind of create this beautiful kind of nostalgic episode that wasn't kind of part of the script. So I got to kind of add all this kind of, and I added some flashbacks from his early stuff. It's really, I won't say more than that, but like, it was so, I think that's why I've been so interested in going back to old photographs, because this episode tonight is very much a sort of celebration of Jackson and Jesse Williams. And, you know, it's really, really, it was really fun to go through and pick out some of the greatest hits, you know, from the last 12 years for him.
I love that. To see that. So those weren't in the script. You added those flashbacks.
Yeah,
like
we kind of added them retroactively, just to kind of, you know, just to create more nostalgic celebration of him, you know.
Which is beautiful. When did your passion for directing come alive? Like, when did you decide I want to direct?
You know, I always kind of wanted to direct when I was, you know, I always wanted to be an actor on the stage. And I remember the first movie I ever fell in love with that made me want to really become an actor was E.T. And I remember I saw a newspaper article about this bloke in a baseball cap called Spielberg. And I was like, wait, how can, because I was like 8 years old when I saw E.T. and I was like, and I cried the whole time at the end. And, you know, I was so emotional. And I was like, I remember I lay in bed that night going, how does that guy with the baseball cap manage, how does he do that to make me feel all these things just from like a movie? So my child brain got kind of going around and around. So since then, I think that was really with the movie I wanted to become an actor. And then when I started Grey's, you know, I never really, you know what it's like as an actor, you never stay in one place long enough to really plant your feet.
Oh yeah.
Grey's, I was like, wait, this maybe is a chance to, excuse me, maybe it's a chance to pursue this because I'm going to be here for a while. So that was really it. I saw the opportunity because I could see that Shonda Land was so kind of supportive of bringing people up. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, that's where it all started.
Do you remember what your first episode was that you shot?
Yes, there was an episode where I was so nervous that the writers very sweetly sent my character to the dentist for the day. So I was in one scene, and they said, and I think I had to pretend that I had like a sore tooth. So I literally left for the episode, and so that they kind of gave me a break, so I could focus on directing. So that was very sweet of them.
Which is a great question to segue into, is how hard is it to direct yourself?
It's hard. It's hard. But, you know, I trust, or to be honest, I trust our director of photographies and also our camera operators, you know. I always find that camera operators, because they're watching actors through that eyepiece every single day. Excuse me, I'm just going to take some water.
No, please do. I was worried there for a second for you. I was like, get water.
Yeah. So I kind of look at them, you know, they give me video playback, but I look at the operators and I'm like, and I say to them, I'm like, did I kind of, and they'll be like, they know me so well now, they're like, you should do one more, Kev. Like, that kind of sucked. You were kind of bad, and you looked a little distracted, so you should do one more. And I do, and it's usually better. So, yeah.
How was yourself in like in the editing room? Is it weird though? Were you able to finally step back and look at yourself from a director standpoint versus an actor standpoint when you're editing yourself? I
do. I'm very critical of myself in the editor's room. I usually want to cut all my scenes because I'm like, although the episode, I don't know if you watched Grays, but the episode that just aired with Kim Raver having a mental breakdown and flashing back to her life.
Yeah.
I actually really liked my acting in that episode, and I'm very critical. Normal. I don't know how are you? Are you critical of your own acting?
So critical. And
really?
But in that moment, whenever there's a scene or something that you like that you did, like, wow, that was good. How did that happen?
I'm always surprised at myself when I'm actually decent.
Yeah.
Do you want to direct, Danielle? What's your? How do you feel about that stuff?
I do want to direct. I've been shadowing for about 3 seasons.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm ready to do it, but I got to shoot a short film first. Krista said short film first, and then you can have an opportunity to direct. So.
Wow. Have you got a short film you're gonna do? Or?
I got the short film.
We're
gonna shoot it last season, but then COVID hit and the pandemic shut everything down, so we couldn't. Our last hiatus, and so I am shooting at this hiatus. Tia Napolitano, which I think used to be on Grey's, and then came to our show, wrote it for me.
She wrote it. I love it. I was just talking about. I actually did a little live interview with Sarah Drew earlier.
Oh, that's all.
And Tia just wrote. She's the head writer on Cruel Summer.
Have you seen it?
It's on a different network, but it's fantastic.
Yes. Well, it's still Freeform, so it's still ABC. But yeah, it's such a good show, and I love that Sarah is on it with Tia.
Yeah, it's so good. Like, it's addictive. It's one of those rare shows where I'm actually counting the days until the next episode comes.
I love that we're addicted to a Freeform show right now.
What did you say?
I love that we're both addicted to a Freeform show right now.
Exactly. It's fantastic. And I'm so happy for Tia because she's such an amazing writer. And just to see, it's so exciting now to see all these kind of alumni of Shondaland kind of branching out and doing and kind of just reaching their full potential. It's really, I feel really excited about seeing that, you know?
And you've been there for so long. You've seen everyone come up.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I remember Stacey McKee, who created Station 19, was Shonda's assistant.
From the pilot, from what I heard.
Shonda's assistant.
I mean, it's insane.
It's like incredible, that kind of arc. So I feel really proud. I'm sure you do too. It's an amazing place to work, isn't it? I mean, it's like... It
really is. And I can't kind of pinch myself every day that I actually get to be a part of it. I still keep thinking it's going to end at any moment. I'm like, when are they killing me off? Like, I'm just waiting for it to happen.
I want to come over to your show again.
Are you going to direct one of our episodes one of these days?
I would like to. Well, put it out there. Come on, Danielle. Do me a favor.
I will. Oh,
I'll tell you what. If you put it out there with your guys, I'll put it out there so you come and direct Grey's Anatomy. How's that?
Yeah. Handshake deal.
Does that sound like a good deal?
Yeah. Okay. Other really fun would you rather questions. Would you be down to play that little game?
Yeah, sure.
You're like, what does that mean? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Would you rather have the opportunity to go back into the past and meet your ancestors, or go into the future and meet your grandchildren?
Wow. What do you think, Ayana? Go to the past and meet my daughter's here on the beach with all my kids.
I saw here.
Yeah, you know, I would say go back and see my ancestors because there's no guarantee that your sibling, the offspring, are actually going to have grandchildren.
It's valid. Imagine how depressing that would be as if you went and you decided to go into the future and then no one had kids.
There's nobody there.
What?
Yeah, there's just nobody there. There's like, who? McKidd who? What? No. You know. So yeah, I would say go back to meet my ancestors.
That's, yeah, valid. Would you rather have a mullet or a ponytail for an entire year?
Oh, ouch. I would say ponytail.
Really? Have you ever had one?
I mean, why? Are mullets coming back?
I don't
Are they
know.
back?
No, I don't think.
Are mullets back? This is Iona.
Hi, I'm Danielle. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
These are my other kids. Look.
Oh, they're out there? How old are they now?
See them little specks out there walking towards that dangerous water. But luckily, my other son's with them. So yeah, I would definitely say ponytail.
Okay. Okay, would you rather get your tongue pierced or get a tattoo that covers your entire shoulder?
So tongue pierced or get a tattoo that covers my entire shoulder?
Yeah.
Shoulder tattoo. In fact, newsflash, I'm actually toying with the idea of getting a shoulder tattoo.
Stop.
Should I get a shoulder tattoo?
I think you should if you want to. Do
I
it.
think I should. So,
I have a friend sitting here. She said totally.
Yeah, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tongue pierced, no. I mean, that just seems obstructive with eating, with your eating process. Whereas a shoulder tattoo, as long as you pick the right one, it won't impede my intake of calories. So for that reason alone, I would go with a shoulder tattoo.
So I'm getting the vibe that you really like food. Okay. Would you rather talk to animal or read people's minds?
Would I rather be able to communicate with animals or read people's minds?
Yeah.
Read people's minds, because I find animals, you don't need language to know what they're thinking.
Oh, that actually
Whereas
seems...
people are very unreadable.
So true. And we're actors. We should be able to read people better.
Right, exactly.
Okay, would you rather be a scuba diver and explore the deep sea or an astronaut and explore outer space?
Astronaut, without a doubt. My only two things I wanted to be as a kid were an actor or an astronaut. So anything that starts with an A, basically.
So are you going to go to Mars if you got the option?
Yeah, I might wait until somebody other than Elon is doing that. I don't know if I trust. I don't know if I trust it.
Valid. And last one, are you a fan of football or soccer, as you would say overseas? Are you a fan?
I'm a fan of neither. Or neither.
No, you're not a fan of...
Squirrel. Look, the squirrel. Trying to steal our food. Look at the squirrel.
Look at how unscared that squirrel is.
So yeah, I am not a fan of American football, as we call it in Europe, or soccer. Partly because my brother was an amazing soccer player. He was actually a professional soccer player for a while in Scotland. And I had zero talent at kicking balls. I'm good with like sports that are to do with hand-eye coordination, like tennis or rugby. I was a rugby player.
Okay.
But if you put a ball at my feet, I don't know what to do with it.
Which is funny. I'm the exact opposite. I can't pick a bat to save my life, but I played soccer.
Really?
So
there you go.
Exact opposite.
Maybe it's an either-or thing.
Yeah, it might be. It's a coordination thing, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty. I was going to ask you about I know there's like a huge Scottish rivalry between two football teams in Scotland.
Yeah, Glasgow Celtic and Glasgow Rangers.
So I was going to ask who you rooted for, but you're not even a fan, so it doesn't matter.
But my whole family are Celtic. So if I had to choose, I'd have to choose Celtic or my family would disown me.
It's that strong rivalry is what you're saying.
Exactly.
That's pretty crazy. Those are my little